This is Unrendered on IKTV. I am Tony Regisford, and my guest is Dr. the Honorable Linton Lewis. Dr. Lewis, of course, it's always a pleasure to have you here. We're into our final segment, and I'm sure our viewers are going to want more even after this program closes out. Now, as a cricketer, and I am, driving here to record this program, to this Friday that we're doing the recording, I heard Gunny Hines, who you'd have played cricket with, for St. Vincent and for the Windward Islands, and even Combine Islands, maybe? Yes. You played for Combine, didn't you? Yes. I heard him describe you as a stodgy cricketer, but he wasn't sure if you were that way in politics. How do you see yourself do you agree with Gunny that you were a stodgy cricketer?
No, I didn't see myself the same way Gunny sees me, but that is his opinion. He was looking on, and I was playing. So
what do you think he means by stodgy, though?
It's to my mind the very different meanings to that, because it could mean that I was a very, very determined individual. A very flamboyant individual.
I am sorry. Gunny was saying that Kirk Edwards, the opening batsman, was stodgy, and you were flamboyant. I take everything back.
Yes.
Sorry, Gunny. Sorry, Gunny Hines. You were in fact saying that Linton was not stodgy. You were flamboyant. Yes. So let me get that right. Yes. And you just used the word. So you see yourself as a flamboyant politician?
Because I heard what he said. That's why I used the word.
Now, yes, you're correct. You're correct, and I apologize.
Yes, but as a flamboyant politician, that's what you asked?
I'm asking. Yeah.
But there's some level of flamboyance, yes, but for the most part, the interests of the people of St. Vincent and of Eastern Georgia in particular are uppermost in my mind. I live by this tenet that the most powerful men on earth are not those who exercise power and dominion, but those who serve. So service is very important to me. And as you said earlier on, I came through the ranks of cricket since the age of 16 years. St. Vincent, Windward Islands, Combine Islands, West Indies Youth, one game for the West Indies here in St. Vincent versus the rest, and professional cricket in England for years. Now, so you find that that is providing service.
Yes.
As a teacher, I provided service.
And I have to correct myself, it wasn't Kirk Edwards he's talking about, it's Bradford, the guy who just made the century. So I really got it all wrong, Gunny. But
I think Mason was trying to say that Bradford reminds him of me.
Of you, yes. So we've got it right. Yes. I'm glad you were listening.
Yes.
Tell me, there's been a little, I don't know if you want to call it a hiccup, but the ambassador to Taiwan, the most recent one, has bid his farewell. And that occasioned an event at the Prime Minister's residence where, people were paying tribute to your leader. Sir James Mitchell was there, I think, the Prime Minister himself. And all showing that both sides, the NDP, main parties, the NDP and the ULP, were quite satisfied with their relationship with China on Taiwan. And by all appearances, the NDP is a government that would continue that relationship with Taiwan. However, your hopeful candidate, Ben Exeter, Central Leeward, did make some utterances a few weeks ago about Taiwan really getting more than the pound of flesh. And in fact, maybe he didn't use this word, but we're being tricked, we're being ripped off. They're fishing out all our fish, basically, our tuna. They're pillaging our waters, and what's the effect that all we've had in return is a wax apple? Is there some sort of difference in the way the rank and file of the NDP thinks about Taiwan?
I'm certain you would have heard the leader of the opposition.
And the leader was very definite about what he said.
Making statements about our warm and cordial relationship.
Yes, most definitely.
Taiwan.
Most definitely.
And that will continue in the foreseeable future.
Yes.
We've had that. So there's a satisfactory relationship between Taiwan and the New Democratic Party. When we were in office, we had that good working relationship, and we hope that it will continue when we get into office. Insofar as any statement is made by any individual, people, it's a democratic country. Some people delve into issues far deeper than others. It is quite possible that there may well be evidence to prove what was stated. I don't know because I have not looked at it, and so I can't in any definitive way comment about it. But if that was said by him, I did not hear. If it was said by him, then I'm certain he would have some basis upon which he would have made a statement.
Yeah, but that will directly contravene the opposition leaders, his party leaders' position on Taiwan.
But I don't think
clearly,
so.
clearly, Mr. Eustace does not think that Taiwan presents a burden to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as in Taiwan pillaging our seas and just returning the wax apple as our part of the bargain. Clearly, he does not think so.
But he did not make any pronouncement in that respect. Mr. Eustace gave an overall, a general view of our relationship with Taiwan. That's understandable. It is quite possible that that Ben Exeter, if he did make those statements, may well have been referring to a sector or one category of the relationship that Taiwan may have with St. Vincent, without looking at the overall picture, and may have made a statement with respect to that.
There's been some clarification, on the allegation that Taiwan is fishing illegally in our waters, and the government has categorically denied that there's no such activity taking place. There are some Taiwanese people involved in fishing, but they fish with a license that to ships that are registered to St. Vincent. I don't know what the whole formulation is, but a statement was made categorically denying that any such activity takes place. And I think that your leader has not refuted that, and in fact continues to embrace Taiwan very cordially, as you say, and gives the impression that this is the relationship that the NDP government will continue with.
Yes. Everyone doesn't necessarily have to feel the same way about a relationship with an individual. Some person may think, I don't like the way that you walk, but that doesn't mean that I don't like you. I don't like the way that you speak, but that doesn't mean that I can't have a very good, cordial relationship with you. So we have to be very careful about what we say. Some people have very good relationship with America, but they may not like certain things America does. So
that's fair enough.
Yes, so I think that that's not a very significant issue with respect to the very cordial relationship and good working relationship and satisfactory relationship that we have with Taiwan.
You had an event which was a march, you said, against corruption. Some people may say it was an underwhelming event in terms of your numbers. You were on this Ring the Bell campaign, and some may even ask if the bell actually is ringing or tolling, which may be a different thing. For whom the bell tolls, Dr. Lewis?
The ULP, I suppose. It told their demise. Now, we have to be very careful about this numbers game because it's a matter of opinion. Rosa Parks was one person that made a big difference to the lives of the black people in the southern states of America and in America in general. I don't think numbers in this respect was really a significant insofar as the march is concerned.
Are you really seriously telling me
hold
that?
on, no, listen carefully.
Are you really seriously telling me that you would not have preferred to have
No, you're not waiting for me to listen. You're not waiting for me to
showing?
listen because you don't listen. Wait, you may not have found the number of persons actually in the march, but there were quite a lot of them who were on the fringes and who were participating and providing support to the march. I still feel, to my mind, it's a matter of opinion, but I'm still satisfied with the turnout that we got in the circumstances. In the day, I am satisfied with it.
At the beginning of this program, you said that the vast majority of Vincentians, you used the word vast majority of Vincentians, have no confidence really in the ULP. You at the beginning of this program, those may not have been your exact words, but you did say the vast majority of Vincentians, alluding to the fact that you now have the vast majority of Vincentians supporting you. Yet, on a march that was supposed to be the climatic event of road shows, I put them as road shows, that you had across the country, the Ring the Bell campaign, and you brought it to Kingstown, okay, the political capital as it were, and you were only able to, you know, put on a show that had, say, 200 people. I'm not counting numbers.
Far more than 200. But listen,
what is far more than 200?
The match was.
How much is far more than 200?
It was far more than 200. But listen carefully.
300?
Listen carefully. That, to my mind, there's little significance about that. The match was.
Why is
listen? There was a match, one match in Kingstown, and that was the end of it. If you can remember, recently in Egypt, when there was this protest, it started off small. And then it
but
builds.
You are not at that stage.
No, but
you
are
a government that now has 7 seats, and you're claiming that you have the vast majority of the people.
Everyone won't.
But you're not able to demonstrate that.
No, but everyone, a lot of people who may want to come may have other things, responsibilities. Everyone will not turn up to match. All the supporters will not turn up to match. So you're saying that we only have 200 supporters? No.
I'm certainly not saying that.
That's the point. That's the point.
I'm certainly not saying
good.
that.
So you can't use that as a measure because the mere fact, because we have far more than 200 supporters. So the mere fact that only 200 supporters, as you said, turn up, to my mind, is not indicative of the large support that the New Democratic Party has right now in the political landscape.
What I'm saying is that when you stage a protest march or a rally or what have you, you want it to be a show of strength. You want your message to go across. You want to convince the people, the onlookers, that you have sold a message so convincing that people are there supporting you. You have not been able to do that with that match.
In your opinion, but respectfully, I think otherwise.
If I was, and I am, a lay person who is observing a mass rally, something that's staged as a mass rally. Let's take it off the NDP. Let's put it to the ULP. If the ULP was advertising something for a couple of weeks or what have you, and you know, this is a climatic event for a series of other events that they're having, and they were bringing something to Kingstown, and they only managed that crowd that you managed, I would say that the ULP would definitely on their way out.
Especially a government in office with the resources.
So why is that logic?
Well, you have to give me a chance to speak.
Are you saying that the government uses its resources to have a match?
You have to give me a chance to speak. You stated a hypothetical situation. And I'm responding to a hypothetical situation. No, I'm saying that you said if the ULP. No, they didn't. I'm saying to you the ULP is in office. It has a government machinery at its disposal. It also there's also a situation. Hold on.
Let's take a pin there, Dr. Hold on. Because I cannot allow you to get away with that. Are you saying?
But you're not giving me a chance to speak.
But no, because if I allow you to move beyond that point, okay, you would then have made a point which I think is perhaps I want you to clarify. Are you saying that the government has the state machinery at its disposal and therefore will use it to stage a march of great numbers?
But a state machinery could be. You have quite a number of persons who are working in the
so they will give them time off. They will say you have holidays, you have a half day.
Not necessarily. Who may not feel reluctant to go in a match because they wouldn't feel a sense of fear that they will lose their jobs or they will be victimized. There are those who may feel that they should go in the match because by showing that sort of overt support that they may be benefited or rewarded in one way or the other. So there's not an issue of a sense of fear of being victimized, or there's not an issue with respect to not being able to get some benefits as a result of it. So you may well find that with all this machinery in place, it should be able to garner greater levels of attendances at functions of that nature. What I'm saying, you cannot use the turnout, which I consider to be satisfactory, as a means of measuring
Is that self-consoling? Is that really self-consoling? Are you being honest with me?
I'm being very honest. Let me tell you why.
Yes.
Because we know that we have a large support.
But you're not able to demonstrate it.
But there's not an issue of demonstration. It's an issue.
You just know it.
It is an issue of convenience, responsibility, and availability, and accessibility. And there are a number of reasons why some persons who would have loved to have been there,
Could not have
but
been
weren't there. And there are a number of other factors that would have deterred and prevented people from being there. You know also that in many union activities, the union may be very big, but only a few persons made a big difference. I told you the story a while ago about Rosa Parks. She was on her own, she made a big difference. So the mere fact that
Yes.
you are not satisfied with the turnout is not an indication of the large and overwhelming support that the New Democratic Party now
And you
has.
may very well be right. You may. I
Silent
cannot.
majority.
I cannot.
Silent
I cannot.
majority.
I cannot dispute that
Silent
there may
majority.
be a silent majority
There we
factor.
are.
All I can say to you is that on the face of it, you had an underwhelming, or it appears that you had an underwhelming
But
event.
I was satisfied with it. We were able to come out there and demonstrate.
Yes.
We showed to people, the government of St. Vincent, that we're dissatisfied with a number of things, and we were able to go onto the street and protest about it. That is good. That is good. It shows that we're not a sleeping party, that we are active. And we're not just reactive, but we are proactive.
Indeed.
There are lots of benefits. right
Indeed.
from that.
Dr. Lewis, we're at the end of our program, sadly. I knew there were other things that you wanted to talk about, and I shall have you back here.
Yes.
All the best in
It's a
your,
pleasure.
your endeavors in East St. George. But
Thank
we'll
you.
chat many times before then.
Thank you so very much.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
This has been another edition of Unrendered. My guest has been the Venerable Dr. the Honorable Linton Lewis. Do join us the next time Unrendered airs.